what should I do to be prepared? I don't want to lose my mind. I don't want to go crazy. Thank God we're living in a time where there is more research. They are talking about it more, and we as women are talking to one another more, which is really probably half the solution is just being able to talk about it. So here we are.
We both know that homeschooling happens in real life, and that means it doesn't stop when our teens hit mood swings or when moms like us hit that wonderful season known as perimenopause. And so today we are going to be making moms and even dads listening aware of the reality that I know hit me completely by surprise. Perimenopause and homeschooling and marriage and sanity, these are things that I honestly had no idea that were happening in our homeschooling life and our family life until I started doing more research on it. So I thought it'd be fun to have a little girlfriend to girlfriend chat about how we can try to navigate our own midlife changes while our hormones are plummeting and our teens' hormones are going through the roof.
Right?
So it was just so funny because it hit me. I was like, oh my goodness, that's not fair.
Right? So, it's interesting that the Lord set things up like that. Like he knows what he's doing. I trust him, but I'm like, really?
I know. No, and it was funny because I'm like, as a science major, I'm like, maybe this is like a weird osmosis, like our hormones are leaving and going into them or something. I don't know.
Sounds right. Makes sense.
Oh, yes. So I know personally, I had never even heard of perimenopause. Like all I had ever heard about was hot flashes and then you hit menopause.
Right.
And that was all I heard about. So I had no clue just how early it can hit and how long it takes. I mean, did you have any idea?
Say, that's because I think until about a year ago, nobody talked about it. Nobody knew about it. Most of our parents didn't talk about it. It was like this hush, hush, awkward. I don't even know if they knew what they were going through because sadly, I think that a lot of people just made women feel like they were crazy for a few years. And I know that I brought it up to my doctor years ago, what should I do to be prepared? I don't want to lose my mind. I don't want to go crazy. And she would say, now this is good advice, generally good advice, she'd say, I think if you exercise and eat healthy, you're going to do okay. Now that's a good start, but that really wasn't enough to say there's a lot more going on. But to give my doctor credit, I don't think most doctors even have been educated on this. My husband's a doctor. No. He got pretty much zero in medical school on this topic. So thank God we're living in a time where there is more research. They are talking about it more. And we as women are talking to one another more, which is really probably half the solution is just being able to talk about it. So here we are.
I know, because, I think I didn't realize how many things are related.
Yes, amen.
I mean, I think you and I were joking, frozen shoulder.
Okay.
I had no idea. I was seeing a PT.
I could have a whole episode about frozen shoulder alone. So, yes. Do you have frozen shoulder? What do you have? Do you have it right now?
So I think it's frozen shoulder. My shoulder, I've been going to PT for my shoulder. And then, but I mean, truth be known, and again, Monica and I, just little disclaimer, we're not doctors. And but I have been to a doctor. I've had my hormones checked. I am entering into the phase of officially being in menopause, but I'm still not quite there, but I've started some hormones. So I'm noticing even with the hormones, my shoulder's starting to get a little better, which is just so weird.
Good. Yeah.
But the shoulder thing, but I was talking to a bunch of other moms oh yeah, it's the frozen, it's perimenopause. I'm like, my shoulder pain is related to this?
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yes, they call it I was 49 when I got frozen shoulder, and my doctor said, oh yeah, we call that 50-year-old shoulder. I was like, what? And he still didn't make the connection for me in explaining, when estrogen drops, this is what's happening in your joints, but there is a direct relationship. And yes, I did a year and a half of pretty severe frozen shoulder on the right side. And just as that was going away, I got it on the left side. So I spent 3 years of my life suffering. If anyone out there has frozen shoulder, I tell people I want to start a support group for it because it's such a real thing. And I really did suffer. So it is hormone related, but so are so many other things, sometimes surprising. Things that women go through that no one would guess is related to hormones. But I think there's a whole range of different symptoms that people suffer. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was everything was kind of hitting me all at once because I'm like, oh, brain fog and all this stuff. And I mean, here I think people are like, maybe it's gluten. I'm like, maybe it's not. Maybe it's, you know, this other thing. And then it was hitting me too. And I don't know if like we could probably do a whole episode on this, but it just kind of hit me because in life, I don't know about you, but I feel like a lot of people we know, and we all got married around the same time. A lot of them are going through divorces.
Oh my goodness.
It's so sad, but now I'm like, it's perimenopause's fault.
It really
we're losing our minds.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh.
It is. I think there needs to be more research on that because I do believe that there's so many marriages that fall apart right about the time. Now, people will say things like, well, the kids, you know, we were empty nesters, we were rediscovering ourselves, or all the different things. But I'm like, actually, if you look back, that was exactly when she was going through perimenopause, menopause, and who knows what's going on in our men. We don't talk a lot about their hormone changes, but they're probably going through their own something. And so if you can just hang in there, anyone listening, if your marriage is suffering, of course, we're going to encourage you, get help. Don't give up, but especially if you can just hang in there through a few years, maybe get your hormones taken care of, you might be surprised that things get better. So don't give up too quick.
Yes. Do not give up.
Yeah.
I know.
Homeschool Insights is brought to you by Apologia, BJU Press Homeschool, and CTC Math. Visit the show notes to learn more about these excellent homeschooling resources. And for more encouragement, listen to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast at schoolhouserocked.com.